Hello, this is Michele McNeal, and today we're going to be talking about researching your topic, specifically for your science fair project. To start off, let's talk about why you actually need to do this research. First of all, you want to better understand your topic. You need to find out information and background about that topic. Doing research will also help you move from your general topic to questions about your topic, and finally to your real research question that you are going to use to prepare your science fair project. Doing research will also help you to determine the science concepts that you need to learn about to better understand your topic. It will also help you design your experiment and to prepare for writing the research paper component of the project. Some steps for starting your research. Brainstorm to identify useful keywords for your search. Generate questions about your topic using why, how, when, where, and what question words. Include in your research mathematical formulas or equations that you will need to use to describe and calculate your results. Look for similar experiments or inventions. And finally, determine the science concepts you need to learn about to formulate good research questions. Some sources of information that you will want to explore include encyclopedias, books, journals and magazines, the internet, and lastly, a special science fair project index that we have done at the Akron-Summit County Public Library. To start off with, encyclopedias, but also dictionaries, textbooks, and other reference books. These are great sources for background and overview information. You can use print encyclopedias like World Book or Encyclopedia Britannica. This is the World Book Encyclopedia. There are also specialized encyclopedias like the Encyclopedia of Science and Technology that you can see here. There are also digital encyclopedias and other reference books. Let's take a look at how you can find those using Gale Digital Reference. This is the library's homepage. You'll want to use the Research tab and look at Databases by Title. There, choose G for Gale and look at the Gale Virtual Reference Library. Log in with your library card number. Here you can find a number of different topics that you can research, but let's start with just Science Encyclopedia. Here you have a number of different encyclopedias of science that you can explore to find more out about your topic. And these are each articles within that encyclopedia. Once you've located your information, read that background information and note down any important facts related to your topic. Note also any useful sources like books or journals or magazine articles that are listed in the bibliography or the reference list at the end of the encyclopedia article. These sources that you find in the bibliography are also good starting points for further research. Books are another source of great information, and these can also be either print or digital. To locate books, you'll want to search the library's catalog. We'll go back to the homepage of the library's website and search in the catalog up at the top. It's important to remember that you can find information in the library catalog in a number of different ways. Doing a basic search like we've just done is searching by keywords. You can use the words that you brainstormed during our first steps to search in the catalog. Also remember that this is just a keyword search. You can also use the same terms in an advanced search, changing the way that you're searching. Keyword searching will help you find the word anywhere in the book's catalog record. But you can narrow this down by looking for books by subject word instead. This brings us to a shorter list. And we can make that list even tighter if we look for the term in the title. So again, you can search by keyword, by subject, by title, and you can also search by author. Another way to use the library catalog is to do a little more research about a specific book. If you look at the subjects the book is cataloged with, you can find more information about different topics that are covered in the books. Use these to explore new topics and principles. Also, don't forget to look for Search Ohio and OhioLink resources. Anytime you do a search, Search Ohio and OhioLink will show up as additional places to look. Search Ohio is a group of other public libraries in Ohio that share their resources. You can search here to find additional books on the topics that you're interested in. OhioLink is a similar resource that searches other university and college libraries in Ohio. Other sources of information include journals and magazines. First of all, let's talk about the difference between a journal and a magazine. Some examples of journals would be World Politics or Human Biology. These include articles written by experts who are often professors. The articles often go through a peer review process, and independent experts evaluate the article before it's published. These articles have footnotes and bibliographies. The journals will also usually display minimal advertising, graphics, or illustrations unless they are relevant to the article. Popular magazines, on the other hand, for example, People, Time, Newsweek, National Geographic, or The New Yorker, include articles that are written by non-specialists. The articles are reviewed by an editor, but not by a panel of experts. The articles may or may not mention their sources in the text, and they often include extensive advertising, including photos and other colorful advertising to market the magazine. So how do you find articles? First of all, you'll want to use one of the index databases to locate articles on your topics, and you'll want to use these through the database page at the library's website. We're again starting at the library's homepage. This time we're going to search by subject. Here you can choose your topic. And this Science Reference Center is a great place to find magazines and journals. Many of the databases are part of the Ohio Web Library. Just enter your library card number to access those. Here again, you can research the subject by the topic. Many of these will have the full text available, so you can read the article right there on the screen. You can also find lots of useful information on the internet. Just remember that the internet is a place where anyone can post anything. So while you can find really good information, you can also find information that is not useful for a science project. One step that you'll want to do is to go beyond Google. Google is a general search engine and as such tries to index everything on the internet. A second way to search is using a subject portal. Subject portals list a smaller portion of information on the internet, but the sites have already been checked for relevance and good quality. This is the World Wide Web Virtual Library's homepage. Under Engineering, you can find lots of different subjects and topics that you can explore. When you're using the internet, look for the following to make sure your site is a reliable one. First of all, use sites that use scientific language. Check to make sure the site is not using inappropriate terms or language that is childish. Secondly, look for sites that are unbiased. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines bias as the following: an inclination of temperament or outlook, especially a personal and sometimes unreasoned judgment. A synonym is prejudiced. So you want to find sites that are not biased or prejudiced. Some questions to ask to help you figure this out are: what is the author's point of view? What does the author stand to gain? Who is paying for this website? Does the author present alternate viewpoints? And if so, are those viewpoints presented objectively? Also, be aware of the domain that is being used. .com domains are used for businesses and for-profit organizations. .gov domains are United States government agencies. .edu domains are used by educational institutions. .mil are military organizations. And .org are nonprofit organizations. In general, look for .edu and .gov websites, as these will be more reliable than .coms. Also, look for primary resources. There's a lot of discussion about whether or not Wikipedia is a reliable resource. Wikipedia gives lots of background information, but the real value of Wikipedia is to take you to more resources. So let's scroll all the way to the end of the article about air pollution. This is the way to use Wikipedia. Whatever information you're finding in the article should be referenced. See these little numbers at the end in brackets? Any facts that are included in the Wikipedia article should give their resource or their reference. Those are located down below, and you can follow these references to find really valuable resources. Let's start off with this one. So this SpaceRef website is a little more reliable than Wikipedia. We can also dig deeper. Look at the resources that are listed at the end. Here's where the original facts are coming from. This additional article from Discover magazine, and this is a more reliable resource. Also, when you're searching the internet, you want to be surfing safely. Be aware of sites which require you to divulge any personal information. Email addresses, user account names, screen names, etc. should never include your name, your birthday, the name of your school, or any combination of personally identifiable information. If a site is asking for any of this information, avoid it and click away. Also, don't assume that blogging is private. It's possible for search engines to pick up information that you post. If you publish photos or links to private websites on your blogs, you also reduce your level of protection. Finally, never allow a stranger to join a buddy list, a chat, or an IM conversation. Finally, we're going to talk about the Science Project Index. This is a special resource that you can use to find science projects that have been published in books. The books included in the digital version of the index were published after 1990, with the newest books displayed first. You can search by keyword, by subject, by grade level, or by book information, like the title or author of the work. The index also includes a number of digital books. This is the front page of the Science Project Index. You can search here by keywords in the experiment title, for example, magnet. This will bring up the beginning of the list, and you can just scroll through to find lots of different experiments using a magnet. Return to the main search page, and this time search magnets by subject. This time you'll get a list of all the different subjects that contain the term magnet, like electromagnetic brakes or diamagnetism. For each of these, you can see the experiments list. Let's try earth magnetism. You can also search by grade level to identify things that are more appropriate for your research level, and by terms in the book information. Let's just put magnet in there as well. We can find whole books that are devoted to magnets and magnetism. You can also pull the results that are available in digital resources to the top by clicking Full Text Available twice. This will bring you to digital books that are available on the library's website. Some are in the Gale collection, and here you can go right in and start working with the experiment. As you're doing your research, it's important to go back and evaluate all your sources. Good references are going to come from a creditable source. They won't be too old or biased. They will be free from errors and properly cite the original source of all the information they contain. They will also be easy for other people to obtain. This will allow people to fact-check your research. Last but not least, it's important to record your sources, either in your logbook or on note cards. Remember that you'll be using these records to create your research paper and bibliography, so make sure your information is as complete as possible. Collect this information for each printed source: the author's name, the title of the publication, the date and place of publication if it's a book, the publishing company, the volume number of a magazine or printed encyclopedia, and the page numbers. If you're working from a website, look for the author and editor names if they're available, the title of the page, the company or organization that posted the web page, the web address of the page, also called the URL, and the last date you looked at the page. Here are other guides to research that you can use for your science project. And this is the library's website, where you can start all your research. Any questions? Call or visit us at the Science and Technology Division. We're on the first floor of the main library at 60 South High Street in Akron. Our phone number is 330-643-9075.